keep going. So when we talk about these chimeric, so when they say chimeric, they talk about multiple creatures. They taking things from different things, different creatures, different types. So one of the main creatures that they're dealing with right now has a tie to Revelation again. Revelation 16, 12 through 14. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the waters was dried up, and it made a way from the kings of the east might be prepared. And I saw 3 unclean ruachs, like frogs, come out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are ruachs of devils, working miracles or false miracles, which they go into the kings of the earth for the whole world to gather them to battle of the great day of the Lord Almighty. So the scripture talks about these ruachs, these frog ruachs that's in these people that comes out, and they go and they gather everybody to this final war. Why is it frogs? Scientists assemble frog stem cells into the first living machines. The so-called, they call them xenobots, could replace traditional metal or plastic robots without polluting the planet, but they raise ethical questions. So I'm telling you what's crazy about this right here, because I had a video, I just screenshot it because I didn't have time. So xenobots are these single cell stem cells that they get from frogs. Now they have the ability to inject you with them things and they will self-assemble. They can program them. They program this flesh through computers. It's coded. Some wild stuff I'm trying to get y'all to see that's going on right now. It is coded. They can make the xenobots react and do certain things. They can make it move to certain parts of your body. They can make them clump together and form different structures. Whatever. I seen the video, they're just making them spin inside a petri dish because they programmed it. This is flesh. It's not no laptop, not no iPad. This is flesh. Program. So when you're looking at these people who created the vaccines, the main one that everybody talks about, they call themselves biohackers. Biohackers. Want to know why they call themselves biohackers? Because you were made with code. A lot of people been knew that. Daoud says that before he was formed, all his members were written in a book. It's called DNA. That's all it is. Why do you think, listen, if DNA didn't matter, why, through our ancient past, why were people laying down their life to protect a certain seed? Why wouldn't Ishmael just be the seed? If it just were Rocco. Why didn't Esau get the blessing if it's just Rocco? Somebody answer me. Somebody know? If it just a Rocco matter, how come somebody else couldn't just been a seed? Why they had to be Isaac? Why they had to be Yitzhak? Why they had to be Yaakov? Why did they have to be Yitzhak and not Ishmael? Why did it have to be Jacob and not Esau, for lack of a better term? Say it again? The people was created for a specific thing at a specific time. Their genealogy is a book that's written. If genealogy didn't matter, Israel wouldn't matter. This is the thing that they know that we sleeping about. We just walking around like blind, like mixing with everybody, doing whatever. Spreading our seed all over the place. Creating people who hate Yahuwah because we don't take care of our seed. They turn against Yahuwah. We just run. So we in this continual cycle of destruction. Right? But they sitting around in labs spending billions of dollars to figure out how to eliminate you. Billions, trillions of dollars. The Xenobot. The basis and the technology of the Xenobot is what all this stuff is behind. The living machine. That's how you can have an organism that's made out of aluminum. Let's keep going. So, this will get real interesting. Stanford research characterizes the coronavirus as a parasite. They didn't make the news, did it? A parasite. Let's keep going. Stanford research, Dr. Michael Lin is a neurobiologist and leading expert in the coronavirus and the properties of the virus. So what researchers are learning about the coronavirus, how it lives, how it spreads, and what role people are playing to help it thrive. Action News morning anchor Julia Yarbrough puts that question to Stanford professor Dr. Michael Lin, right? Yarbrough asks, is the virus alive? Is it not? How do we get rid of it? And if it's not alive, how do we kill it? And if not alive, how does it live on the surface? Viruses kind of live in, listen, viruses kind of live in the gray zone between the living and the dead. Viruses kind of live in the gray zone between the living and the dead. They are alive in a sense. They can reproduce, but depend on the host. It says, I think it's best to think of them as a parasite. They are parasitic things that were produced inside of a system. So, y'all like? I know y'all tired. I'm trying to pull up the scripture. Hopefully they don't shut down the channel after I say all this. Yahuwah willing. Trying to find that scripture. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta pull it up so I can read it. Why ain't pulling up? So, I might just have to say it, you know, I'm scripturally dyslexic. So it's a scripture, and talk about the curse that Yahuwah brings upon the earth. Hold on a second. That's crazy. Plague.